A man severely injured in a head-on car crash in Northland says he has met the tourists driving the car involved and has forgiven them, but still wants their passports confiscated and charges laid. Peter Birchall, his wife Charlie and friend Robin are recovering in hospital after the car driven by the tourists on the wrong side of the road collided with his at Waipapakauti, north of Kaitaia, on Friday. Mr. Birchall, who works as a tour guide, wants better road markings, more arrows reminding people what side of the road they should be on, particularly in remote tourist spots, a computer test at rental car offices and harsher penalties for visiting drivers who cause accidents. This afternoon I asked Peter what he remembers about the crash.
I drove round the corner, the last corner before you hit the last 1k to the beach in my house. I drove round the corner and I saw this red car right there driving our way, not coming across, right there outside of the road driving our way. All I remember I did, and Robin believes I did it too, is I pulled the steering wheel left. Their reaction, because they come from the other side, the country that drives on the other side, was to pull right. Hence, when you look at the photograph, we are not on the road. Had they pulled left, we would have still hit. I might have been killed. But maybe we would have got away with a side swipe. But all I remember, Jelly is having bad nightmares now. There's somebody in there talking to her, seeing what they can do now, a psychologist.
So the person who was driving towards you was
totally on our side of the road, just as you and I drive down the road, except they were driving the wrong way down the road.
You've met them. You've met that driver, haven't you, subsequently? When did that happen? When did that meeting happen?
10 minutes ago.
And what was that like?
She would not look at us, but her friend they are 2 doors along from us in the hospital. And I didn't know who was driving in their car because one had got out, badly injured, no English. So I went, I'd already assessed all ours, and I was the one that called 111, and I've got my medical certificate, just done a 2-day course. So I assessed them and told the first person up not to touch that car, they cannot be moved. But I don't know who was driving. To me, it didn't look like they had seatbelts on, but maybe they'd already unclipped them. I don't know. But today, at our request, they didn't know we were going to come in. Jelly and I went in there. Jelly talked Chinese. We gave them a bottle of 15 plus Manuka honey because we'd had some dropped off at our door, and said, we are not angry. And the woman that would talk to us, the driver, wouldn't look at us. She knew she was hearing all this in Mandarin. She cried. She was so grateful. She smiled, and she was just so happy that we're all alive and that we had done this. And now they will feel much happier knowing that we hold no blame. It is not their fault. It's our systems and whatever it is. And hopefully we've made 2 people, one of them is still severely ill, hopefully we've made them happy. And it's made our hearts feel better.
What charges should people face, Peter, in these circumstances? When
they should charge the maximum time, have the maximum charge possible thrown at them as fast as possible. Passports confiscated, and they should be forced to stay here and take this court case. If they must go to prison, go to prison. Yes, we're going to be thousands and thousands of dollars out of the pocket. We don't know when either of us can work again. But that driver, regardless of our New Zealand law situation, must be held responsible. Must be. The public out there must know that these people, our system, will actually hold them to account. Right now, the police told me on Friday when I was with Jelly and all in Kaitaia before we were helicoptered down, told me they don't know what to charge them with because they won't come back for the court case if they've left the country. If they confiscate the passport, if there's no border control, and they might get another one and still go. They don't know. And this is what's happening, most are not coming back for the court cases. We must make sure they must be charged. As New Zealanders, we would be.
So how do we
Okay.
get this right? How do we, given that tourism is up there alongside dairy as our #1 earner of foreign exchange, how do we encourage people to come, make them welcome, give them the quintessential New Zealand experience, which includes going into the middle of nowhere, and keep them and everyone else safe on the roads?
Okay. Immediately, I am a member of ProGuides, the Professional Guide Association in New Zealand. You grab all people like us, the rental car companies, but mostly those of us that are actually driving all the time, put us in a forum and have a bloody great head-banging session. I don't have the answers. I know there should be white arrows at Waipapakari ramp. I know my thoughts that I think overseas drivers need some sort of computer test to me that they have to pass, not a road code, one designed for international drivers coming here. And that should be rental car companies hooked back to a government computer. If they cannot get 90% or 95%, they cannot rent that car.
Birchall speaking from hospital.